Hey, guys, what's going on here?
Hey, who's this?
This is the one and only, the social assassin of the marks, Angry Kuter.
Angry Cooter, man. A little bit of outside interference, I guess. How's it going?
I've been better. I'm still recovering from my birthday, brother.
Your birthday was last month.
Let me put it to you this way. My birthday is a lot like Hell in a Cell. Once you go in, you're never the same again. Yeah.
Well, there you go, man. Oh, well, why we got you here, man? Well, let's get into some recent topics. There's been quite a return of some old faces lately. We saw the Dudleys return a few months ago. We saw this weekend Alberto Del Rio return to capture the United States Championship. What are your thoughts about these old faces returning?
I love it because we seem to be in this transitional phase in WWE right now. A lot of the old timers are getting their last run with the company. A lot of guys from the outside are either making their way back or debuting for that last hurrah, like Sting. It's great to see the Dudleys back, and I think they're being booked really, really well.
Sure, man. What do you think the long-term effects is this? Because, now Del Rio left kind of on bad terms. He was fired. He said he didn't want to go back to work for that racist company, and then boom, one night back, and he's winning the United States Championship. I guess money talks, right?
Money definitely talks, and I was really surprised to see him back at Hell in a Cell. And what makes it even funnier is to see him paired up with Zeb Coulter.
Yeah.
And what drove me absolutely ballistic was on Monday, he was so hesitant to shake his hand because I remember the whole Jack Swagger Del Rio feud and all the Mexican jokes and the cheap shots at the Mexicans. And now this is who you've decided to pair him with and bring him back on this contract. I think it's just like, it's almost like they brought him back and slapped him at the face at the same time.
I know. It makes me scratch my head, and just to follow up on this a little bit is that they've been bringing guys from NXT, but before we get to that, they even had Callisto come up too, and they haven't really pushed him or did anything to make him the next big Mexican star, and I guess they're realizing they need that Mexican star power. And with Del Rio, do you think he'll fill that void from when Mysterio left and kind of when he left?
Del Rio is a different style than Callisto and Mysterio. He's more of a technician, but he still has some of that lucha background in him. I think the problem with Callisto was the fact that they paired him with Botchamania, with Sin Cara. Every time Sin Cara, whether it's the original or the new one, whether it's an entrance or, an in-ring maneuver, he's always messing up, and it's almost like they don't want to book them as a team anymore. So where does that leave Callisto? That's the problem I feel with a lot of these smaller guys that they're bringing up from NXT, like Neville. Great talent, guy is fantastic, but when you're in the land of the giants, how believable can you be in terms of like getting a belt or being a top guy? Because again, Big Show versus Neville, how would it be believable that Neville goes over on him or Callisto goes over on him? It's a tough situation.
Well, you just kind of you started talking about the NXT guys, so we mentioned Neville, we mentioned Callisto, but what are your thoughts on how they're bringing up guys like Tyler Breeze, Adam Rose? Is Tyler Breeze going to suffer the same fate as like Adam Rose? In NXT, everybody loved him, but then he's brought up to the main roster and not so much.
It's hit or miss. Think of other people who've been brought up and who have failed. Emma is a great example of that. She was so over in NXT with that stupid dancing gimmick, and now where is she? She's back in NXT repackaging. Same with Adam Rose. He was over as hell, and I think he even had a different gimmick before he was Adam Rose down there. And they brought him up, and what happened? It was you were cool for a little bit, and then they just totally dropped the ball, and they put him up against the Bunny. Really, you put him up against the Bunny.
A grown man in a costume. Exactly. How can he take you serious? I got something for both of you guys, though. I'm bringing these guys up. Do you feel there's just somebody backstage that's saying, as good as this guy was in NXT, I kind of want to throw him a curveball, or I kind of want to make it hard on him to maybe have him not succeed as much and see what he does. Or, I mean, I feel like they have a great transition from NXT to WWE, but I feel like they always get hit with some kind of a roadblock, and they just fail every time. I don't know. Do you think it's just somebody backstage not liking it, or what?
Well, classic example of that is Kevin Owens. I mean, how many fat jokes are we going to hear from whoever he's feuding against? I mean, Orton, and then I think Ryback on commentary was making fun of him. It's like, dude, Kevin Owens can work circles around Ryback, and he's talking about his weight. I mean, they gotta stop looking at these wrestlers as bodybuilders when they can perform at high level.
We got to talk a little bit about new things with you, but thanks for stopping by, man. We'll definitely check you out on a future episode or whatnot. We'll talk to you soon, all right?
Sounds good, brother. Thanks for having me.